My name is Zach, and welcome to On Cash Flow, where I help you become a master of your own cash flow. Now let's get started. How much money or how much assets you're going to need in order to achieve Barista FIRE is going to be highly dependent on the kind of lifestyle that you're going to live. Of course, there is no one size fits all, but I have come up with a very simple formula that should solve the problem of answering the question, how much money do you need for Barista FIRE? But really quick, I want to answer the question really fast of what is Barista FIRE? What does that actually mean? What it basically means on its most basic level is that you are living partially off of your investments and you are living partially off of income that you get from some other source, usually employment or self-employment. It also usually means you're not going to be working a full-time job, but you can still work a full-time job, live partially off of your investments, and you'd still be considered Barista FIRE. This can be any ratio that you want it to be. This can be 50% from your investments and 50% from working. This can be 25% investments, 75% working. So the ratio doesn't matter. What really matters when it all comes down to it is Barista FIRE is kind of living off of investments and living off of earning income somewhere else. And I think that Barista FIRE is probably the best version of financial independence for most of us, especially if you're in that younger age group like I am. And I have another video on why that is, but we'll talk more about that at the end. Let's first get into the actual formula here. So here's the maths. Step one, you're gonna take your annual spending goal. How much do you plan on spending when you become Barista FIRE? So for example, let's say that you plan on spending $60,000 per year. That should be about $5,000 per month, if I did my math correctly. The next step that you're gonna do is you're gonna subtract how much you plan on earning per year and subtract that from your goal annual spending. So let's say you plan on working just a little bit, maybe a job that you're really interested in, but you're not gonna be working, full time. Let's say you're only gonna be earning about $15,000 per year. If that's true, you're gonna take your $60,000, subtract out your $15,000, and then you'll have $45,000 that you need to make up with your investments. And that's what leads us right into step three. Step three is you're gonna take how much you're gonna need from your investments, and then you're going to do your math to find out what kind of withdrawal rate you want to use, and then you're gonna figure out what your FI number is gonna be by using that. So for example, if we needed $45,000 from our investments, and we have a withdrawal rate of 4%, so we're like, hey, we're gonna use the 4% withdrawal rate, then we're going to simply multiply $45,000 times 25, because that's the reverse of the 4% rule. And then whatever that number is, that's going to be how much we're going to need in order to achieve Barista FIRE. However, there is a fourth step that you do need to take, and this is the most important step, and that step is hitting the like button on this video. If you're enjoying this video so far, please make sure you hit that like button. It really does help me out, and I would really appreciate that. But let's get back to the Barista FIRE stuff. And the next part that I want to talk about with you is, what does this actually mean? Well, it actually means that Barista FIRE math is essentially the same thing as regular financial independence. With regular financial independence, you're taking your goal annual spending, multiplying it by 25 if you're planning on using 4%, and then that's your FIRE number. That's how much you need in assets in order to become just regularly financially independent. There's just one extra step when it comes to Barista FIRE, and that is just how much you're going to be planning on earning on the side, like from earned income, maybe part-time work or from self-employment or whatever you're planning on doing. And you can apply it to any withdrawal rate just like you can with regular financial independence. Typically, depending on your age, your time horizon, and all these kinds of things, you're going to be using a withdrawal rate somewhere between 3 and 5%. The real goal, the ultimate goal with Barista FIRE is finding good financial security and also to find something meaningful for you to work on. That could be a meaningful part-time job. That can be a meaningful full-time job. That can be a meaningful self-employment. It could be anything. Whatever is going to help you improve your life and allow you to live the kind of life that you want to live. That is what financial independence is all about, including Barista FIRE. Really quick, in the comments below, I want to hear from you. Are you considering Barista FIRE for your retirement or for your financial independence journey? Would you consider Barista FIRE over regular financial independence, or do you ultimately just want regular financial independence? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to see what you have to say. But I have one more thing that I do want to share with you, and that is the reason why I personally chose Barista FIRE over regular financial independence. I could have kept working a few more years and achieved regular financial independence, but instead I took the path path of Barista FI, and now I'm sitting right here in front of you in that camera and talking to you. Basically, after college, I was on the path to become a financial advisor. But then I had a very big realization, and I realized that that is really not what I wanted to do. I actually did work at a bank when I was in college. I saw what the actual lifestyle of a financial advisor was going to be. You know, it's that typical, wearing the suit, driving around, meeting with people, trying to get them to invest. And ultimately, I decided that's not the kind of lifestyle that I wanted to live. I didn't want to work, from 9 to 5, usually from 8 to 5, because you have a 1 hour unpaid lunch. I didn't want to look forward to a little paycheck every Friday or every other Friday. I didn't want to get a W-2 at the end of the year. I didn't want to wear suits everywhere. I like wearing these plain black t-shirts. They're much more comfortable. I didn't want to commute 30 minutes a day each way. I didn't want to live in a big city. No, instead, I wanted to take more control over my life and find something that's going to be meaningful for me. And right now, what I find meaningful for me is to make these videos and try to share my knowledge and share my information, the research that I do with you. So thank you so much for watching these videos. Next, what I want you to watch is another video that I created about Barista FI, where I explain why I think that Barista FI is the best form of financial independence for most people. So if you have not watched that video, please make sure you watch that video. Okay, it's gonna pop up on the screen right after I get off the screen. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Zach from OnCashflow.com, and I hope to see you next time.